Okay, a short introduction about myself is that I'm Rachel. I am the head of e-commerce of Elianware, Malaysia. So today I will share with you how do we transform from a traditional manufacturer to digitalization. Just a basic history about Elianware. Before I share with you, right, I will just briefly show you what Elianware is and where we are, what we do. So we actually started in 1994, and it was founded by our boss, Mr. Heng Xiuhua and Mr. Teo Han Chua in 1994. Uh, a tips for you, some almost same age as me. And then, so actually the company is incorporated in year 1993 and commenced operations in 1994. So we began in a very small shop house in Georgetown, Penang. So those of you from Penang, you will know where Georgetown is, where is this, right? So focusing on the trading of plastic wares under our brand name Elianware. So in 1994, we actually has the brand Elianware already. And in 1996, we actually rented and shifted the operations to a shophouse factory in Sungai Lokan, Penang to expand our admin, marketing, and warehousing operations. And in 2000, we actually incorporated our marketing app that distributes to retailers like Tesco and Aeon through easier houseways carrying the brand name of E-Plus. So when you see in Tesco and Aeon, you saw this E-Plus bottles, right? It's actually under Elian Group as well. And in 2002, we ventured into manufacturing of our own plastic waste, which are called Elian Plastic Industries Sendirian Berhad. And in 2005, I expanded our manufacturing plant in the office to another building. And in 2009, we shifted all the HQ and admin office to a newly constructed warehouse and factory in Bukit Minyak Industrial Park, Penang. So this is where I am now talking to you. And in 2013, we actually established a showroom in Cheras, KL, to serve our customers in the Klang Valley area better. So if you're in KL by chance, you can just drop by our showroom in Cheras. You can find whatever that you want here. And then in 2015, we expanded the office to a newly constructed building just behind the HQ that I showed just now. So in 2016, we expanded the warehouse space just opposite the HQ to another building, just opposite our HQ. So in 2017, we joined as a subsidiary of SWS Capital, which is listed company in Busan, Malaysia. Okay, so what do we do? What do we produce? So as of today, we have more than 1,006 SKUs of household plastic waste in-house, and these are some of our in-house brands. Elianware focusing on all the containers, the storage box, the hanger, everything you can find from your house, everything you can find from the car park of your house, the backyard of your house. And then we have the E-Plus bottles and also the baby products. And we have Home Perfect focusing on baking products and tools. And we have cleaning products packed under soft clear. We have the mop, we have the sponge, we have the gloves. And then we have E-Concept, which is launched, I think, in 2019, where we do fridge and freezer organizers such as egg trays, wine holder, and all the glass keepers to educate our customers on how to organize your space, your fridge better. And then we have Dyson as well. Dyson are focusing on a very affordable price range product. So I can say that you can find it in most of the 2 ringgit and 10 shop, 2 ringgit and 10 cent shop. And then for Easy Lock, we are focusing on microwave keeper, water jug, and tumbler. So EasyLock is mostly on the A-type container series. So, okay, besides that, we actually have exported our products to over 30 countries worldwide, focusing mostly on Asia, Europe, Middle East, Africa, Oceania, and America. Of course, over the past few years, we have actually expanded more markets as well. So who are our customers? So you can see that our customers are mostly these are part of our customers like Aeon, Tesco, Nestle, and BPO shop. Maybe you can find your brands here, but these are only part of our customers. We actually have a lot more customers. So besides distributing the products, and what we actually do offer OEM service where we help people to design and produce plastic bags specific to their requirements. Like for example, you wanted to give your employees with some employee recognition program. You have an event, you wanted to do your own brand. In Elianware, we are a one-stop solution for you to do all these customized branding at your own. So you can see here like we have the PNG and the Keynote Himitsu. They find us, and we just print the logo and change the colors, fully customized based on your requirements. So actually, besides like premium gift and product packaging, we do industrial goods as well, like the paint paint bucket and also the disposable hospital disposable shop bin for hospital use. And in 2018, we actually set up our own e-commerce team. So why do we set up our own e-commerce team? One thing is that the management actually foresee e-commerce is a future trend. So that's where we come in. That's where Rachel comes in. So we are actually the first plastic houseware manufacturer in Malaysia to digitalize. At that time, the e-commerce team is only set up with a team of 4 and expanded to 12 as of today. And the whole aim of e-commerce team is to provide a whole new platform to increase the convenience of our customers to purchase our products. We do supply to wholesalers, we do supply to distributors, we do supply to retailers. Just that. And through e-commerce, we actually do reach out to end users directly. So the market is like a piece of cake. We have the wholesalers, we have the distributors, we have the retailers and the end users. Why not take this chance to reach out to the end users? Because we have been supplying to wholesalers, distributors, and retailers. So just a slice of cake. End users is like a slice of cake. So we just fit in that slice of cake and we can make a perfect round cake. So we actually from before digitalization, we are the manufacturer. We supply to the distributors and wholesalers, and also to they will supply to retailers, and only then we will reach out to the end users. But after digitalization, we can actually reach out to the end users directly. So what do we actually gain from this and reaching out to end users directly is that number one, we can improve on the product development by knowing what the market wants and needs. As different target segment, they have a different needs and wants. So by having the feedback from the end users directly, we actually increase the R&D, the product development, and to fit what can we do to fit to help the end users. What are the problems that they face and what they need to solve the problems. For example, that the house is very, for example, the fridge is very messy. That's where our fridge organizer comes in. So where do we digitalize? Basically, for Elianware's e-commerce team, the digital marketing is part under e-commerce, and we have local marketplace, cross-border marketplace, and B2B platform. We have the B2C and B2B side because actually, from what I know is that most e-commerce in Malaysia, they focus mostly on B2C only. But in Elianware, it's different. We have the B2C, we have the B2B2C, we have the B2B2B, we have the B2B side. So leveraging all the possibilities that market has to offer. So in Elianware, we're actually in like local marketplace like Shopee and Lazada. And then we have our own shop.elianware.com as well, and also cross-border marketplace, which is selling to Singapore through the marketplace as well. And we have the social media like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and we have the B2B platform like Alibaba. So this is where the general place where we digitalize our e-commerce, we digitalize our business. Like whatever the market has to offer, we are there to explore. Okay. So in April in 2018, e-commerce department is only founded with 4 employees and minimal warehouse space, starting from zero base. So actually, everyone here in e-commerce, we started with a zero base. We are a team of 12, with all like yeah, just in the 20s. So we started with a very zero base. And in 2018 and 2019, we successfully onboarded with Shopee Mall, Lazada Mall, and also Alibaba GS member. And in 2019, we expanded to 9 employees and having our own warehouse space of 9,600 square feet. So this warehouse space is actually different from our HQ's warehouse space. We have a small warehouse space which is focusing on e-commerce only. And also in 2019, we actually increased our online presence by digital marketing and expanded to other marketplaces as well. So in 2020, we expanded to 12 employees, and then we actually moved to a warehouse that is like double the size of the previous warehouse and setting up a more proper warehouse and inventory management. And we are still learning and expanding the team. So who are the ones that are behind our team? So we have the B2B sales and marketing. We have our B2C digital marketer and also the cross-border marketing team. We have our in-house designer, which is separated from the HQ designer. We have our in-house customer service, logistics, finance, and we have our own operation, inventory, and fulfillment. So basically, e-commerce here is working like a very small company. It's like a company in a company. So we do everything by ourselves. So that's where we provide like a very good training ground and learning opportunities for people to explore. And how it helps and how did we go this far? So you can see here is that our number of orders increased by 160% on average per annum. In 2018, our yearly orders, number of orders is just a very little. And then in 2020 and 2021 itself, the average monthly order actually surpassed what we have in 2020. So 2020, everyone knows that the COVID-19 comes, MCO comes. So that's where people understand the importance of online presence. And then during MCO, because people cannot go out and buy things. They cannot even go to work. They cannot even go out and meet their friends. They cannot even go to retailers and distributors or wholesalers to get our products, especially when it's near to Raya. Everyone wanted to get what they wanted. But here we are in e-commerce, we provide the opportunity, we provide a platform for our customers to purchase our products like conveniently. Because you can get it from retailers, wholesalers, distributors. So for example, like during MCO, right, the lockdown period, the wholesalers, distributors, and retailers, they cannot operate. So where do we distribute our products? Where do they get our product? Through online, through e-commerce. So that's when the sales spike up after the pandemic. And of course, after the pandemic, we can see that the average GMV, although it dropped from the lockdown period, but actually it's stabilized after MCO. It's more than the average sales that we have in 2019 and 2018. So what have we achieved so far during this digitalization? So we actually increased the brand presence, not only among local markets, but to export markets. Okay, for us, we increased the number of fans, number of followers, the number of people that understand and know what Elianware is. And we actually built more customer base both online and offline as well. So we have customers like coming in and ask, hey, where can I get this? Where can I get this in Johor, for example? So besides building more customer base online, so it indirectly converts to the more customer base offline as well. And then I believe that knowing what customers needs and wants actually helps in our product development better. So for example, in July, we have the schools reopening, so but they cannot go to the canteen and eat, right? We launched a lunchbox culture then. So we actually supply to more than 200 schools across Malaysia for the students to use our lunchbox with fork and spoon and our dustbin as well. So that's where the needs come in. That's where like we know that our products can be a solution provider to the students in the school and to the teachers because they cannot go and about, and of course, by using our launch box, we actually reduce a single-use plastic instead of like we can save the environment, and then we actually educate the consumers to use reusable plasticware instead of in single-use plastic. And I can say that the cooperation of a team, intra and inter-department, actually brings our team to a greater height. So this is where we have a very strong collaboration with the other teams in Elianware. Like we don't do things like on our, although we do things on our own, but we do have a very strong collaboration like with R&D, with finance, with the export, with the local sales, everyone. And of course, what have we achieved is that we increase the business revenue and profits. By digitalization, right, it's not like we take away other people's sales or things like that, but it's more towards like expanding the opportunities that market has to offer. Maybe we haven't explored 100% of the market. So with e-commerce, we actually do explore to a new target segment of the community. So actually this contributes indirectly contributes to the business revenue and the profits as well. So how do we go this far? So I can say that um, I can say that because if you wanted to sell something, firstly you must know what you want to sell. So I can say that the intensive knowledge of our own products is very, very important. So every month our R&D actually comes up with a new product, but it's we do collaborate with them to know, to understand what are the improvements needed, what are the USP of the own products. Like for Elianware, our very basic USP is that we don't use recycled material. We use 100% or new virgin material. Our products are FDA approved and also BPA free, non-toxic and odorless. So this is the basic USP of our products, because in digitalization, customers they cannot touch and feel and see and smell the products, right? So it's how do we actually show the products through content itself? How do we convey the message that we wanted them to know through content itself? And then strong collaboration with R&D. Let's say, like I mentioned earlier, that we the reaching out to end users directly, we know like what they need, what they want. Thus, these two collaboration between the e-commerce and the R&D team, we produce more things that can help the community better. And then strong collaborations with marketplace and enables to increase our online brand presence to achieve target. We do have, for starting, it's not easy to achieve what we have this far. We need a lot of support from the marketplace key account manager. We need a lot of support from the external side to actually increase our online brand presence. But what we do is that we do a quarterly review or a yearly review with the key account manager from different platforms, and then to align with our target. To align with like our target, and then by having these strong collaborations, right? Let's say we actually know what we want to do. Let's say if you only know what you want to do and you don't collaborate with the key account manager from the marketplace, because Elianware we are selling at marketplace as well, and this will actually like we just know what we want. We don't convey it to the other party. So we will have this quarterly review and a JPP review with our marketplace or key account manager to see what can we do and how can we explore and what can we do to align with the to achieve our own target. So normally we have every year we will sit down and talk to them and just tell them that we wanted to just to achieve the target. And then thirdly, I would say that setting up the team from scratch is not easy, but with everyone it's like a zero base. But of course, with the learning opportunity and the training grounds, especially for young people like our team, because young people they don't like to sit there and just work. They like to explore different opportunities. So this is where I would like to thank my boss for setting up this platform for us to explore every possibilities possible in the market. We do this through trial and error, and if it fail, then we try again. So if it's good, yeah. So besides that, how do we actually go this far? Is that we provide value added service, like we provide customers with different purchasing experiences. I would say that don't be afraid of competition. No competition is not a healthy competition. It's how we actually add value to our service, how we provide customers a different purchasing experiences, like maybe gift purchase or introducing a different set of products, like or what they need, educating the buyers on how your product works and how do can they solve their life problems is one of the value added service that we do. And lastly, I would like to say it's a very important thing, the flexibility and strong adaptation to change, because the digitalization industry is very dynamic. It changes every day. I can say that one day in digital world is equals to 3 days or maybe 7 days. So you must be flexible. We must be flexible and we must adapt to change. If we don't update, then we'll get outdated, right? So I can say that we have a very flexible and strong adaptation change team. Let's say we have changes in the past 3 months, but in this industry, we are actually very flexible and we can adapt to change easily. So I think this is a very important thing. Just don't be afraid to try. Keep trying. Of course, when there's changes, don't be afraid. Just go ahead and explore it. Just go and do it. So I have a quote that I think I like. The healthiest competition occurs when average people win by putting above average effort by Colin Powell. So I can say that you don't if you don't put effort, then it may be you just keep trying. I mean, you never know until you try, right? So when you try and you need to put effort, so with the effort that you put above average effort, then of course you will win in life. So basically, so you can just like, share, and follow our Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for more information. I If you have any questions, I'll try to answer your questions later.
Absolutely, you guys. Thanks, Rachel. All right, you guys, she is done with her presentation. Oh, actually, Rachel, you can leave your screen up there so if people want to get in contact with you, they can actually copy down the details and such.
All right.
So you guys, this is the time for you to ask questions. If you do have questions, go ahead and click on the Q&A button, type in your questions, and we'll get right to you. So yeah, Rachel, we'll just leave this up for maybe about a minute or two. So if anybody who wants to get in contact with you or scan the QR codes, they can do so right now. Now, of course, I was going through, the profile of Elianware here on my phone, and I realized that you guys don't just do, packaging in that sense, plastic packaging. You actually do industrial goods as well. Would you like to talk about that a little bit?
Okay. So basically, we focus mainly on plastic houseware, but of course, industrial goods is one of the channel. But like what I mentioned just now, is like the industry is like a piece of cake, right? So industrial goods is part of our products as well. So we do customization for like let's say Nippon Pen or all the other pen industries. We do customization for them, and we have a different type of like cover they can choose. So they just come to us and say, hey, I want to do this. I want to have a pen bucket. So I want to print my logo on it. So we just do that, and we will provide that to the paint industry, and then they will just mix the colors and all in that. Of course, besides the paint, we do have the the people from the market as well. They bought the beans from us for the market use, and then for the hospital disposable bin, the sharp bin, because hospital they need to use that type of bin to uh to dispose the needle, to dispose all the other equipment, the need injection stuff and things like that, the cottons and things like that. So I would say that during the pandemic, the demand for this sharp bin actually spikes up.
Oh, because the hospitals were using so
Yes,
much of
yes,
these medical
yes.
equipment, right?
Yes. So the demand for this actually spikes up. So we don't lose any opportunity of um like during MCO, I believe a lot of people actually lost their income and lost the like sales opportunity and things like lost their families and things like that. But in Elianware, because we have a lot of products, we have like this hospital disposable bins, so we don't lose this opportunity to supply to the hospitals. So it actually maintains uh although we cannot do anything during the lockdown, right? But we have the e-commerce side, we have the hospital disposable bin side, so that actually contributes to the company's revenue as well. So that's where we can survive during the lockdown period.
And that's great to hear
Mhm.
because, like, initially when we watch your presentation, all that we think that you guys are specifically, you're specifically fit into just plastic containers. So, like, when you elaborate a little bit more, it's really intriguing to see what you guys do as well. So, again, if you all, for those of you in the audience, if you're looking for other alternatives for plastic containers and such, you can always contact Rachel here. So, Rachel, I think you can stop sharing your screen. Let's do a couple of questions that have just come in.
Yep.
Okay, so this one's from Daniel. Daniel, thank you so much for your questions yesterday, today, the day before. You've been absolutely super. Keep them coming. So the question is, when you digitalize and reach out to consumers directly, I believe many of your B2B customers are complaining. How do you work on this part?
Okay, so, I foresee this question. So okay, so I would say that of course B2B customers are complaining. Maybe I would like to know like what kind of complaints that they have. But for us, we leverage on the value added service that we have, like what I mentioned just now in the presentation. We actually add some value to what we can offer to the customers. So different target segments, they have different requirements. You Let's say we have a lot of distributors selling the products as well, but then they have their customers, we have our own customers. So what can we do to maintain all these customers is by adding value to the products, to the service that we have to offer.
Okay, that's
uh,
good. So Daniel said, like he added on, it's every B2B headache. So Daniel also sent in another question, and Daniel said, "How does Elianware manage so many e-commerce inventory to all the B2B and B2C channels?"
okay, you were asking that the our e-commerce inventory is actually separated from the Elian's inventory. So we do have a small warehouse that we keep all the stocks for our e-commerce site only. So B2B and B2C, I can say that most of our B2B customers, they actually do premium and OEM services. So it won't like overlap with the B2C. We allocate, I can say, allocate the stocks to your B2C side, allocate some stock to your B2B side, just based on the data that you have. You can, based on the data that you have, actually, you can actually see like which part needs the things more. But I can say that B2B and B2C customers, the demand are different. Their demands are different. So I can say that for us, the B2B and B2C side, yes, although sometimes it will have some clash, but since we are a team, so we actually uh, collaborate that we discuss over it, and then based on data, we see that which selling better and both side, because we have data that those are not selling for the B2B side is actually selling very well in the B2C side. So I can say that different target segments, that's why they have different needs and wants. So the inventory part, I can say that it's not so worrying because we have our things here, and B2B customers, they want things differently. B2C customers, they want things differently. So that's how we leverage like the inventory management.
And I think that's also a very good reference point that you made there. So let's, I think we have time for just one more question, and we have
Alright.
two here. So I'm just gonna go with the one that came in earlier. So this one came with, let's see. Okay, this one is Jing Chen's question. So Jing Chen says, "Hi Rachel, do you implement digitalization into the production process?"
Okay. For now, I would say that it's not fully digitalized. For the production side, it's still in process. It's still in process. Of course, in the future, we never know like what are the possibilities and the things. We are always open to any possible possibilities. So for now, I can say that it's not fully digitalized yet.
And I think like as a company, that is a very good mindset going forward, like especially being open to possibilities. It's something that's so important, because you never know what's going to come or how things are going to change. Like you mentioned, the digital world is changing every single day. So you just have to be open to new ideas and new perspectives. So Rachel, that's all the time we have for today. We actually have two more questions in the Q&A box. So if you would like to go ahead and answer that after your session ends, that would be wonderful. But on behalf of Exabytes Malaysia and the SME Digital Fest, we'd like to thank you so much for your time here today and all your insight and input. It has been a joy to meet you, and I hope to see you again.
Exabytes. Grow your business online.